welcome to the June edition of the Spotlight. I'm Kevin Perry, your host for the show, and we thank you for joining us again. I have an exciting show planned for you as we turn the spotlight on the arts here in St. Lucie County. But before we meet our guests, I want to remind you of one important date that's happening. This is your last opportunity to see the fantastic students from St. Lucie County perform, and that is our 17th annual Summer Musical Theater Project. This year we're presenting Shrek the Musical at Port St. Lucie High School Auditorium. There are only 7 shows, so you need to call Port St. Lucie High School right now to get your tickets. The show dates are June 19th through the 23rd. Please make sure you call Port St. Lucie High School or Jay's Fine Jewelry to purchase tickets for that show to see 30-piece orchestra made up basically of our students, as well as about 70 students on stage and behind stage. Shrek the Musical. Please keep in mind also that Shrek the Musical, this is one of the first times that it has left Broadway and is being performed outside by other organizations. You don't want to miss the 17th Annual Musical Theater Project. Speaking of music, art, dance, and drama, we have with us today 5 students that have graduated from St. Lucie County Schools that were a part of our arts program. Graduated this past weekend. It's really early for them to be up, but we welcome them all to the show. So at this time, I want you all to please just introduce yourself to our viewing audience. Tell them your name and the school that you graduated from, please.
Okay, I'm Jessica. I'm from Port St. Lucie High School.
Hi, I'm Christy, and I'm from Port St. Lucie High School as well.
I'm Bria, and I graduated from Fort Pierce Central High School.
I'm Gerard. I'm a graduate of Fort Pierce Westwood High School.
I'm a graduate of Lincoln Park Academy.
Again, I'd like to welcome each of you to the show. I want to thank you again for getting up early on this Wednesday morning to come do the Spotlight with us. We call this edition of the Spotlight our senior show, where we take a look back with those students that have participated in the arts program in St. Lucie County to see what was their most memorable performance, why they participated in the arts, and what their future plans are. So again, I thank you for joining us this morning. Now, you told us what school you attended, but you did not tell us what arts program or programs that you might have participated in the arts. So Jessica, let's start with you again, and if you tell us if you were in art, dance, drama, whatever it was on your campus.
Yeah, I mostly did musical theater at the school, but I did the drama program and the dance program at Port St. Lucie.
I was also part of the drama program at Port St. Lucie High School.
I was part of the drama program and chorus at Fort Pierce Central High School.
I was a part of the band and the chorus program at Westwood High School.
I was a part of the chorus at Lincoln Park Academy.
Okay. Now, you participated in those arts classes all 4 years, basically through high school, and I know most of you also participated in some form of the arts in middle school. Tell us why participating in those arts-related classes were important to you. Jamaki, we're going to start with you this time.
It taught me dedication, and it taught me how much this really meant to me. Like, being in music or whatever, that's something that I've done for a while, and being in chorus has always been something that I've been willing to do or whatever, but being in it or whatever, it really did teach me a lot of dedication and loyalty and what it means to stick to something and to stick it out from the beginning to the end.
And while you were in chorus, you were also an officer?
Yes, sir.
What were you?
I was the vice president, student conductor, and alto section leader.
Yeah, I saw you running things. That's why I had to get that out there. Gerard, why participating in the arts important to you?
Participating in arts, it teaches you team building, leadership, and there's a lot you can learn from it. You learn from different people, being involved with different people that are different from you but have similar interests. And it gives you an outlet, you know, when you don't have anything to fall back on when you're down and you need something to do. It's always there to do, and it's really, you know, taught me a lot. It's taught me how to basically stay focused on what I want to do and to realize what I'm really interested in.
You were an officer also?
Yes, I was president this year.
President of?
I was president of the chorus, and I was also the bass section leader.
Okay. Yeah, I've done my homework. Bria, which are you?
Well, the arts to me is an outlet. it allows us to let these different emotions out in a different way. And I think every student needs that because we have a lot of pressure on us. And that's really what it's been for me, is an outlet.
And I don't know if you were an officer, Bria, but I know that you had some leading roles.
Yes.
Okay, see, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Chrissy?
I think it's really important for people to get into the arts because it also teaches dedication and it gives you courage and helps you find yourself. And I think that it could take, say if a child is having rough times, it could definitely change their lives and keep them on track. I know a lot of people in our department, it's definitely did a whole 180 and they are completely different people. And once you find something you truly love, it is amazing, and I'm so glad that we've had the opportunity in our high schools to, have an amazing departments and chorus and band and dance.
Jessica, that brings us to you.
Everything Christy said. No. I grew up in the theater. I've been vocally training for 14 years. So, that's like, I kind of live and breathe the theater. And being a part of that family is what's most important to me, is having that connection with people. And like Christy, we've been friends since for 8 years because she actually brought me to the department.
Great.
So yeah, that's how I got to Portsmouth City High School.
Cool.
So we've been close forever, and it's just nice to have a family like that, and that's what I love.
Okay. Now that I have you guys, I'm going to put you on the spot because I've done my homework, as I said, and I need our viewing audience to know that not only are these kids wonderful performers, but they're strong academic students as well, and all of them graduated with honors from their high schools. So I'm going to put them on the spot and ask them to tell you what their cumulative weighted or unweighted grade point average was, because they all graduated with honors, if you can remember. And Christy, we're starting with you since I'm always...
Okay, last time I checked, I think my weighted was a 3.7.
Okay. Bria?
3.7.
3.9.
3.7.
3.5.
Okay. You guys have done extremely well managing your hectic performance schedule. And I know about all of your school's performances because I run behind all of you. I've seen you 1,000 times. And then to do those things, then your academics, because not only are you just taking classes, you guys are taking honors level or above classes, dual enrollment classes as well. And then you have those other outside activities that you participate in. So we want to congratulate you for your focus, for your dedication, and your discipline, because it's students like you that continue to drive home the message of participating in the arts, and you're really what the arts really are all about. The structure, the discipline that you learn from performing transfers over into everything else that you will do. Tell me now, what excites you? What excites you about being on stage, being in a performance? What excites you? Who wants to start? Can we start with you, Bria?
Yes.
What excites you?
What excites me is being a completely different person. When you're acting, the people that are looking at you, you don't want them to know who you are. You want to be that character at that time, and it's nice to be that at that time and just leave everything else behind in your life and be there at that moment and have everyone see that, this is the person that I'm looking at. This is the actress, but this is this character living this life. Like, this is actually them.
Gerard.
Basically this, being under the lights, having the spotlight, all eyes on you and you're engaged in the audience. It's always an adrenaline rush every time. It's always the same.
Christy, what are you?
Basically what she said before, being able to step into someone else's shoes and leave back your life and all the hard work that you put in with practice and finally get to go out on that stage and do what you were born to do and shine up there. It's just an amazing feeling.
Jessica, you want to add anything?
Well, the magic of live theater is that anything can happen. So that's always a thrill.
Anything can and anything does happen.
It does. Yeah, you never know what's going to go wrong, what's going to go right, and it's exciting.
Jamaki?
Getting to lose yourself in the performance. When you're upstage, you don't have to think about what's going on outside of this performance. It's all about the show and entertaining the people who have come to see you perform. And you get to lose yourself in that performance and just let it go and let everything that you're feeling out into your performance. And that's really what makes it exciting for me.
Now, I know that you students are very active. Tell me if you participate in any other performance type of organizations outside of school. Just jump in.
We did.
Well, I know me and Jessica, we have vocal lessons every week, so most of our time is spent preparing and making ourselves better, for college and for our performances now. So we don't have that much time, but we've definitely, at the Pineapple Playhouse, we did a cabaret where we all took our favorite Broadway songs and a couple people from our high school put it on for the community. So we've done little shows like that.
Okay. Anyone else?
At my church, I participate in a lot of things. I'm in the choir and whatever drama programs that we're having whenever we do plays and all of that. I'm into all of it. So
I'm the lead singer in the band at my church.
Okay. Okay.
I'm the drummer at my church, and also I was a part of the drum line at the Boys and Girls Club. And yeah, that's about it. Anything involving music.
Okay, here's one of my favorite questions to ask you guys, because you guys have been living on the stage for as long as you basically can remember. So think back. Go way back. What was your most memorable performance and why? What was your most memorable performance and why?
It's an easy one.
That's it. Okay, it's easy one, Gerard. We'll start with you, our lone male panel member.
My most memorable performance would have to be this past weekend at graduation, honestly. It was just the energy and, I don't know why I feel like I stepped out of my comfort zone when I was performing, and it just took it to a whole nother level. And it was like to see the crowd so involved, to see the graduates involved, and everything was just amazing. It was like a dream. It was like it almost didn't happen sometimes when I sit here and think
So
about it.
surreal.
Right.
Okay. Okay. It was a great performance. I was there.
Thank you.
So at all your graduations, right? Anyone else? What was your most memorable performance and why? I know you have them.
My favorite one was the last show I did, Legally Blonde.
I knew it.
We all know whatever. It was just all high school. I never really felt completely comfortable in a role, and stepping into Elwood's shoes, I don't know. I was so much fun, and I felt very comfortable, and I felt that I finally let go, and I achieved a different level of performance, and I had the time of my life. I'll never forget it.
Okay. So my most memorable performance was when I played Sandy in Grease.
In Grease. I was there.
And I guess it was most memorable because everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Oh no.
They had to sew me into this little spandex suit thingy, and it was just but everything worked out well, and everyone loved the show.
But like we said, that's the magic of live theater. Anything could go wrong, does go wrong. And I was sitting in the audience one of those nights, and we never would have known it because you never missed a beat. Never missed a beat. Jessica, what's your most memorable performance and what?
What was it, last year? Last year we did Hairspray, and I was Amber Von Tussle.
I was there.
Amber was fun because I'm not a dancer, and she was basically like the dance captain of the show, and I, like Christy said, got pushed out of my comfort zone, and I didn't actually audition for that role. Madden blessed me with that part.
What a blessing, because you blessed us. Okay.
Yeah, and it was the most fun part I've ever played. I went bleach blonde, platinum blonde. That's why I cut all my hair off. It's gone now. But she was a lot of fun.
Great. Jamaki, that brings us to you.
There was a lot of memorable performances. If I had to pick one, I think it would be our national competition in Washington, D.C. Not this past year,
Not
but
this year? Okay.
sophomore year.
Okay.
Because a lot of things are happening behind the scenes, and that morning we all woke up and we all got there, and there was so much going on, and everybody was just kind of losing hope. We had heard one choir in the warm-up room right before we went up, and we were like, oh my God, we have to sing up against them. And everybody is just kind of on the edge of their seats. And then Mr. Emming just took us in the room, and he reassured us, and he told us to go up there and do what we came to do. And that year we knocked it out of the ballpark. We got the Spirit Award, we got the Sweepstakes Award, and we received first place superior in everything. So it was most memorable for me.
Great. You guys have been afforded some wonderful performance opportunities and experiences. Listen to this. Research shows that those who participate in the arts fare better on standardized tests, have fewer behavior problems. Their arts involvement builds strong friendships, provide comfort and self-fulfillment, increase the desire to set and achieve goals. They teach a positive work ethic and grow appreciation for other things. Those students who participate in the arts are flexible, creative, and they have the ability to work collaboratively. Yet, as school districts across the U.S. tighten their budgets, the arts-related classes are often on the list of cuts. What would you say to your school board or your legislature as an advocate for keeping the arts? What would you say to the if you had a chance to go to the State Department or before our school board members, what would you say to them to advocate that we keep the arts?
Well, I mean, all those things are completely true. It's a huge family being in theater, and you have people looking out for you constantly, and so you build friendships, and you stay out of trouble. And like Christy said, we take in people and bring them closer to us and look out for them. And so people that weren't doing so well before have something to look forward to. They have something to work for, and it teaches you dedication.
Anybody else? What would you say as an advocate for the arts? If you was to a legislator, an elected official.
I would say that it's highly important that the arts remains a part of the curriculum, because it seems like the leaders of those programs, like the directors, those kind of people, they always become like that parent to you. They always become a mentor, and you build a relationship. Then you build a relationship with those others involved because you have similar interests. And I think that way you feel like you belong. It's like a feeling of belonging, and everyone wants that feeling. And if you don't have that feeling, of course, you're not going to perform to the best of your ability because you feel like you're an outsider.
Anybody else?
High school is tough, and there's so many things that can happen, and in and out of school, you know, no one knows what it's like at home and what it's like in school. And being a part of the arts, it gives you a chance to get away from that. Like they said earlier, it is an outlet, and it does teach you dedication, and it's everything that you need it to be. You form a family. It gives you something to do. It gives you a reason to stay and keep trying to hold on until it's all over it. And you know, there's several times where I just felt like I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. But I came to school because I was like, okay, tomorrow's an A-Day. I have chorus. I've got to be there. So you don't want to miss. It gives you something to look forward to. It makes high school memorable. When I think about high school, I honestly don't think about math and science and calculus. I think back about chorus. It's the first thing that comes to me.
I thought I saw someone else trying to jump in. Go ahead, Bria.
Well, like we all keep saying, like we build a family in the arts, and a family is a support system, and they all want you to do well. So you constantly have that family pushing you to do better and better and better. And through the years, I've only gotten better. My grades, especially, have benefited from being in the arts.
Chrissy, you look like you were about to say something. I want to give you a chance.
I just think that being involved in the arts really helps us keep our grades up. I know a lot of parents of the students involved in drama, you know, if they don't get good grades, they're not allowed to do our shows, and we love our shows, so we try to get good grades. And when I was in Mr. Mana's class, he would always yell at us if we got, you know, below a C, and he's like, you need to get working. So
He gets our progress reports.
you know, it helps us become better students because we have consequences, you know, if we don't achieve the good grades.
Here's a very similar question, but your message might be a little different. We were talking about if you had an opportunity to speak to the legislature or the school board members. And let me point out to each of you that we have a very, very supportive school board here in St. Lucie County. Even in the midst of the budget cuts that we're going through, one thing that they said for sure was that you may change teachers, but you cannot cut the arts programs that you have on your campus. So arts are alive and well in St. Lucie County, thanks to our wonderful school board members. But my question that could be very similar, but your message may be a little different. If you had an opportunity to speak to a parent, to entice them to make sure that their student, their child participated in music, art, dance, and or drama, what would you say to them? Would it be the same message, or would it be a different message? What would you add on, if anything?
I think it would be the same message. because I think once a parent decides to put their child in the school, they always want their child to feel like they belong there, like they have friends, they can build friendships, and then they'll have someone looking out for them. They'll have like a mentor that's always watching over them, that's checking up on them, making sure they're doing this, this, and that, and making sure they're staying on top of everything. So I think my message will be the same.
Anyone else?
I think for sure the message would be the same, but also I'd add on the fact that, especially around high school, we're teenagers, we're trying to find ourselves and get into the arts. How do you know that this is not where you belong unless you try? So I definitely think parents have to put their students in the arts.
Yeah. I don't want to cut anybody off.
It teaches, if I was talking to a parent, I would say that it teaches the student the same thing. It teaches them the dedication. It shows that it keeps them in place. And as a parent, you know, I'm pretty sure my mom, she's very supportive of me. And I know our parents love to be supportive of us when we do things. They come to our shows to see us perform or whatever. You want to see your child in the spotlight. You want to see your child doing something that's better for them and better for their community. And I think that the arts, it gives you a chance to do that.
Yeah, I believe that the arts, the theater is just a wonderful place to live. It teaches us so much about life and about focus, keeps us disciplined. As I mentioned earlier, you guys have a very hectic schedule, a very hectic performance schedule, because once you, in high school, once you start in August, you don't finish until graduation, most of you. And in the middle of
sometimes
that,
after.
taking upper level courses, keeping your grades up, because you have parents like me that check on you and get your progress reports and all of that kind of stuff, or people that mentor you and that you have to bring them to, and you have to tell them why you made a B because they expected all A's, that kind of thing. And but you rise to every challenge that we present to you. So that tells us that the world is going to be in a wonderful place because of people like you. Now, you graduated last week, went across the stage and shook my hand, smiled, looked at me when I was like, well, what are you going to do next year? That kind of thing. Looked at me funny. Tell us, what are you going to do next year? And if you plan on participating in any area of the arts, okay? And Jamaki, we're going to start with you.
Next year I will be attending FAU. I've been considering doing the arts because of my major that I'm trying to take up, but I know music is home. And at the end of the day, we always end up going back home. So I'm most likely 99.9% chance that I will end up in the arts.
You end up at home where you belong.
Yes.
What's going to be your major?
Right now, I'm looking at behavioral psychology.
Okay. What do you want to do with that?
My dream would be to be an FBI agent.
Wow.
I don't know how that may work out, but that would be a dream come true for me.
Okay. Gerard?
Next year, well, this fall, I'll be attending Florida at Agricultural and Mechanical University. I'll be majoring in music industry, which involves music engineering, production, sound engineering, the whole 9 yards. But I still want to, stay on the same track with music. So after college, I want to work on soundboards, big productions, basically, be in the background, behind the scenes, that kind of stuff. That's always been.
You going to be in chorus while you're there?
I thought about it, but I'm not really sure as of now.
I need to see the two of you on the end down there. I need to see you guys. Bria, where at you?
Well, I'm going to start off at IRSC. I have a full tuition scholarship for theater. So that's where I'm going to start off, and then I'm going to transfer to Cal State, LA. But in the end, I'm going to end up with a double major in theater and business management.
So you will be performing next year?
Yes.
All right, all right. Christy?
I'm going to be attending the University of Central Florida, and I'll be majoring in musical theater.
University of Central
UCF.
Florida. UCF.
Yeah, Orlando.
Who's there that we know?
Tyler Buick.
Tyler is there. He's
Yeah.
dancing. Okay.
So I'll be joining him up there in the department.
Okay, all right. Tyler did this show last year.
Yes.
Jessica?
I'm going to Rider University in New Jersey for musical theater.
Long ways from home?
Yeah, long ways.
It's going to be cold?
I know. That's what everybody keeps telling me. They're like, "Do you know that
It's
there's
going to be
winter
really
there?"
cold. Yeah, yeah. We have no winter here. We have no winter here. It has been an exciting opportunity to speak with each of you today. And my last question to you is going to be about your preparation. Can you tell us what you go through preparing for the roles or for your performances?
Well, before an audition, I would go to my vocal teacher, and she would help me read lines and practice, and go over the music, and say if like it was a tap show, I'd brush up on my tapping, and just practice, which is the key to success. So,
Anyone else?
It takes a lot of like late evening practices. Sometimes you'll be in class. Once you get all your work done, it's go to the chorus room, get in the practice room, and start practicing. Something like that. It takes a lot. It really does take a lot. And sometimes it takes a lot out of you, but you have to be committed to getting it done.
Being in the only choir to receive superiors at district, state, and nationals, I can say it's
You got
a
that
lot.
in. Way to go, LPA.
A lot of work. It's a lot of rehearsal. We rehearse in school sometimes till 5, 6 o'clock, and then you get home and you eat dinner, you do your homework, and then you get right back on your music. If you have a piano, you're on the piano. You call your friends, we're on Skype, and we're practicing our music. And it's a lot of hard work, and it's worth it though. When you receive those awards and you're finally done, it is worth it. It's very much worth it.
I didn't ask you a question, and I know I said that was going to be my last one, and we're almost out of time. But tell me this. Because you're all performers, I know that you have a favorite performer.
oh,
Tell me
oh no.
who. Oh yeah. Tell me who your favorite performer is. You don't have to tell me why. Just tell me who your favorite performer is.
It changes all the time.
Does it?
Yeah.
All the time. One of my favorites, Sutton Foster.
Oh my God.
And I know she's gonna
Why
want
would
to
you
say
do
it
that?
too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
I have like 11, so.
I know, like there's the classics, like Barbara Streisand, Ethel Merman,
Yeah.
Liza.
Well, I want to tell you all again, it's been a pleasure to have this opportunity to speak with you on the senior show here on the Spotlight. And I know most of you have been here prior throughout your career performing as we turn the spotlight on the arts here in St. Lucie County. We, on behalf of our awesome superintendent and our school board members, I want to thank you for the jobs that you have done being advocates and performers of the arts here in St. Lucie County, and we hope that you will come back and talk to us again about what you're doing. I'm Kevin Perry, your host for the Spotlight, and on behalf of the entire crew here at the Spotlight, we thank you for joining us this year. We want to thank all of our guests, and we want to thank all of our performers that have been with us as well. Thank you again for joining us this entire season for the Spotlight. And we hope that you will join us back in September here on the Spotlight, where we turn the spotlight on the arts.